Our on-road manager, all around everything for us, drives the truck and puts this whole building together for you, and then helps us put on the show. Now, you probably heard us speak at some time or another. You've read about or heard about the dually halter. And the dually halter is what you see on Evolution right now. We'll get that. And it is going to ask him for respect. And it's going to particularly ask him for respect of my personal space. Now, he wants respect from me about his personal space, his ears. He wants me to respect the fact that he does not want me touching his ears. And he's been telling people that for a long time now. Is he 3? 2. Well, for 2 years he's been telling people that. And they, I guess, in part they've listened, but not to his satisfaction, because if you try to touch his ears, it's not possible. Oh no, not possible. So imagine, as we were talking today with Sue Palmer. Sue is here with us, and she's with Kelly's IH stand down there that you're all familiar with. And Sue is a physio. She's a physiotherapist, equine physiotherapist. And we were talking about the fact that this horse, I was asking her, do you think there's something wrong physically here, that he won't let you get up here near these ears? And she said, it's hard to tell, but the physio can't do anything about it because they can't get their hand there. So somebody's got to do something before the physio can be effective at all. So I said, well, how do you mean to, if it is physical, what do we do? And she said, I cause a partnership between, that's a big gap there. I cause a partnership between the behaviorist, that's me, and the physio, so that you work in concert. And as Sue suggested, that the behaviorist, typically speaking, and we won't talk about, being extreme with our victories, and touching his ear the first night or some silly thing like that. We'll start the behaviorist working up his neck and see if we can get hands up further the neck, up further the neck. And then the therapist can work on the part where you can get your hands. Incremental work. And it might take, where is Sue? Is she around? Might take weeks, Sue? Yeah, she agrees. It could take weeks for these two people working in concert with one another to get the horse where you could touch all of the areas that might be involved. Yeah. So the cranium, or the whole region between the ears up there, has a joint in it that's the first joint of the spinal column called the atlas. And the atlas is the starting point of the spinal cord, which goes right down through all the neck vertebrae. And until you get compliance and cooperation with getting into those areas to work on them, you're not going to have much success at getting him to be better. So it might be down to the behaviorist entirely. And maybe the physio comes along and says there's nothing wrong physically with the horse. That's a possibility. Sure it is. We hope it is. Those of you who have watched Join Up before, you've seen me do 3 of the gestures already that we look for. The ear was locked on me. He made a smaller circle and he dropped his head down near the soil. Those of you that have studied with me, if you've been on the online university, you've seen all of that. If you've been on a course with Kelly or other instructors, you've been taught that. But there's his communications effort. Ear only, like that. And the smaller circle, which he made several times, and then dropping his head down by the soil. What he hasn't done is any licking and chewing yet. But he probably will. But we're going to move along. I'm going to pick it up a little bit and just open my fingers. And that will cause him to go faster away from me. Fingers open means go away faster. Cat, being predatory. Faster, faster, like that. And then close them down and drop my hand down across my body, and I'll slow him down. And he'll probably put his head back down like he's bowing in the Japanese culture. Not to say that he's subservient to me, but to suggest that somebody has to call the shots. We need a leader in this community. There's the licking and chewing. Good licking and chewing. And he'll drop his head too. He's done it already and he'll do it again. I'm just going to leave my arm here. Fingers closed. There it goes. Perfect. Now I'll just square up on him and pick my arm up a little bit. Just bring it out like that and I can pick him up and then we'll go for the join up. Keep his attention. I know. Work in arcs. Yeah. Yeah. I'll reward him by going the other way on each of those steps that he makes. Good. Over to join him. I'll walk away from him now and see if I can get follow-up. Now this is important because I want just that little bit of advantage to where the horse is saying, I'd like to be with you. Okay. What's his name?
Evolution.
Evolution, yeah. Evolution might say, yes, I'd like to be with you. And I say, okay, Evolution. Cool. Can I touch your ears? Oh, no. No. Why not? You said you want to be with me. Well, I do want to be with you. But I don't want you to touch my ears. How come? I don't like anybody touching my ears. Why? I don't even want to tell you why. I just don't want you touching my ears. And I will take them away. Now just watch. Find a seat and sit down, please. Just watch as I make a mistake here. I'm just going to have my hand here and then just make a mistake. And I'm going to pull my hand quickly forward and just bump his ear. And he might just fly away from me. It could be. But what I'm going to do is walk away. Ignore it. Copy. Now I'm going to try it again. And he says, don't make that mistake again, Mr. Roberts. I don't want you touching my ears, but I test it again. And walk away. Now, why is that important? Well, it's important because somebody, if it's not physical, then somebody has grabbed that ear and twisted it down and abused that ear. Sometime in his life, somebody's done that. They're not born this way. I guarantee you, they're not born this way. Somebody has abused that ear, unless it's physical. I mean, like that he had ticks down in his ears and they ate a hole in there or something.
But the vet checked that.
The vet checked that?
Yeah, under sedation, obviously.
Said it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But if that person who was brutal to him, and oftentimes, like they're going to give a full injection or something, they'll just grab an ear and twist it right down. Really painful. And it holds them in place, and then you do whatever it is you intended to do with them. And they call it get an ear, twist an ear. And that person never walked away after touching an ear. They stayed there and hurt the horse. So that person had two legs, likely, probably. Another horse never twisted his ear. That's a cinch. So I'm going to become centaur. I'm half horse and half human now. And I'm going to lead evolution around. Oh, he's going to have a little talk with Copy here. This is Copy. You'll see him later tonight in another thing that we're going to do. And John Calder and Lou Talentire bring Copy along, and probably raise your hands if you've seen him on Horse and Country TV. Oh, a lot of you. Yeah. Well, they do these Western Experience Days for people. And Copy's a wonderful horse. He really is. And he's done this routine for me now about, 6 times or so? 5 or 6 times. And nobody from the back of another horse abused his ears. So I'm just going to come up here and show you. I'm just going to rub his head at first. But look how much better it was about me rubbing his head there, and then we'll just ride away. And then I'm going to put my left leg on Copy, and he's so cooperative that I can move him over sideways like this. See? Yeah, oh gosh. Don't reach that human arm up there like that. Now he's letting me do it. And I'm just going to rub him. You know, when we rent these buildings, Kelly always asks, do all the lights work in the building?
I do.
And they always say absolutely. And I'm sure that they believe it when they say it. And they don't mean it. But if there's one light out, I can guarantee you where it's going to be. Right over the ground. Okay, left leg on. I'm coming over. Oh my goodness. Now I'm going up his neck. Oh, isn't that good, evolution? Well, I'm not sure, Mr. Roberts. I'll be the judge of that in a little while. But my hand is on top of his head now, and I couldn't get there before. Not at all. Copy's giving him a little kiss. Oh. That's a bad boy. Uh-oh. 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 See, I don't have... I know that I'm not going to get a front foot on the top of my head, or I'm pretty sure of it from up here. Anyway. But if you're on the ground, you can really get hurt with these horses that are head shy. Easy going. Easy going. You can really get yourself hurt because they will lash out with the front foot. I'm actually touching his right ear right now. Easy going. Oh my goodness, we're just going to go away. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What is all that? I don't want him to think that he's bothering me a lot with his antics. I want him to believe that I really don't care one way or another. If he wants to be bad about that, it's okay. We'll just do it again. And if you're home with a head-shy horse, and you have a quiet horse around, in Brazil last month, I rode a horse that was from the therapeutic riding center that was there, and he was just a horse for these handicapped children, really quiet horse. So if you have a horse at home that's just really quiet, you could get in a relatively small area. You don't want to do it in a loose box because it's too cramped. And you don't want to do it out in the middle of the field because there's too much space. So you can just get a relatively small area and begin to work like this. And we're not going to have him so that you can clip his ears tonight. But we are going to make a roadmap for you of directions that you could go, which would cause your head-shy horse. And I promise you this, there isn't one person sitting in this building right now that has a head-shy horse as head-shy as this horse. That's for sure. This is really, really heavy-duty stuff here. Watch this now. Watch for one of those mistakes again. Here I am just rubbing his head. And I'm just trying to get him used to me rubbing his head here. Because watch what I'm going to do now. Remember that mistake that I made before? Holy moly. I put my hand right over his ears. And then just right away. I'm going to just get him. Okay. I want him to come up to that dually halter and then find freedom. I want him to find comfort when he loosens up on it. Yeah? And then discomfort when he pulls back on it. Here we go again. Now I'm watching him even offer his head to me a little bit there. Because they know they have demons, these horses. This is a demonic thing, a phobia, if you will. And they would like to get rid of it too. Just like humans want to get rid of their demons. This is good. But they don't know how to do it. They just can't stand it because the abuse was so grave in their past. Wow, that was big time good. That was really good. That almost gets from me. You know the most important thing? Let me say this. What is the second most important thing when you're working with horses? Second most important thing is that you have fun. So what's the most important thing? That your horse has fun. I want Evolution to have fun. And what's fun for him? Shedding the demons. Now he let me put my hand right up on that neck that time. Now he's worried about it. Worried, but he let me put it up pretty high. Now here it comes here, and he says, it's not so bad there. Oh, don't jump. He's beginning to get a sweet spot here. That is to say, when it's there, it's almost like extra comfortable for him. So he's putting his head right back there now. Now he doesn't like it. That's okay. Here he is still there. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, yes. Now I'm trying to go really slow over the ears this time. I've done 2 quick ones. Yeah. Did my owner see that? Have you ever had your hand like that over his ears? No. And he's been shown, hasn't he? Yeah. I asked about that today. He's been shown, so they put a bridle on. I said, how did you get a bridle on? Well, you have to make it so big that you can go way up over his ears and then bring it down. Because you can't touch his ears with it. That's correct?
Yeah.
Now he's letting me put my hand right back up there. This is progress. This is progress. We just might get something pretty profound here. That's a I want that right. The right one is worse. Easy now. Easy now. Easy now. Easy now. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. Easy now. I actually have the near ear in my hand right now. And we're just walking. Every second that I can gain trust through substantiating to him that I mean him no harm, I'm making progress. And every second that goes by with no pain as I touch him reinforces the notion that I'm not going to hurt him. Snaffle no reins. Oh, this is wonderful. The cleaners people, they're not going to like my shirt when I get it, but that's okay. We now have slobber all over it.
The owner wanted to show this horse, but she's not able to plait him because you can't get up there. So if you could just put a couple of permanent plaits in.
Well, he's literally rubbing my body with his whole head now. Look at it. That's what I tell you about this shedding their demons thing. No, I want the one that I brought you with my stuff without a bra band, just straight strap. Look at this. You know, if you have a parent that's been really violent with you, or a partner that's been violent with you, and you love that person, but boy, you don't want them to be violent. You pray for their acceptance. You work hard at getting their acceptance. And horses do the same thing. He's saying, oh, I love you so much. You're the first person that's ever done this and not hurt me. So he's literally scratching copy here and grooming copy at the same time. He's so happy. Look at him. He's so happy with the shedding of his demons. It's unbelievable. I never had a thought in my head that my goal could go this far. Look at him. He's being very gentle with Copy. Copy would tell you if he wasn't. But he's scratching Copy's neck there. So, Jim, if you'll take that and just hold it, what I want to do is, down here on his muzzle, he's not so bad, is he? No. So I want to love his muzzle a little bit here. And at the same time, I'm going to love his ears. Easy, easy, easy. You can come up here. Come up here. Come up here. Okay, Carly, go back up to it. Yeah, like that. Now, I'm going to take this bit over at the bottom on both sides. Bottom wall. Starting out as user-friendly as you can. And I've got a bit here, snap a bit. Yeah, and just a one strap. Right. So I'm going to distract him, get his attention down here on his mouth. And I'm going to put this bit in his mouth. And I'm just going to put it over the ears, like that. And it's really long, right now. And that's okay. I want to distract him. He's thinking about his mouth right now. It's bit in his mouth. Now, hold it. Oh, I know. Yeah, that's tough stuff. So we're going to work in one direction now. And I'm going to take this up. I'm going to take this up. Look at the fear come up in him. Because he's remembering now something that was very negative in his past. Something happened when somebody had this sort of thing. You can see it written all over him. But we're going to try to shed that. We're going to try to shed that. Easy. Easy. Come. By distracting him with his mouth, and then I'm going to go right over those ears. I'm going to take it over. Put this down about two. Yeah. Here we go again. Come on. Out of the way. Copy. Oh, goodness gracious. Whenever I make a move, like somebody else made at some point when they heard it, I can tell it because he really says no, in no uncertain terms. Okay, now I want him to play with his mouth there a little bit, and then I'm going to put it over those ears. Easy. Come. Push him up. More. Oh. More. That's good. Oh, good boy. Oh, good boy. Oh. Okay. Keep pushing him around. Just keep pushing. I'm going back up here again. Yeah. Bit on. Right on. Yes. Thank you very much. I just want to ride away and get out of his life right there. I want to get right out of existence. Because he let me put that guy over his ear. No problem at all. Now, we'll go back to work. Good boy. work in one direction here. So I'm going to take this bridle and it goes for him in the third notch. I finally figured out. And I'd like you to just, don't get so. Every time I get this bridle in my hand, it gets to be a serious problem. But that's it. We're all right. Oh, my goodness. Can you take this bit, please? Thank you very much. Oh, my goodness. So, you can just wait inside. I might need more help. As soon as I get this, we get very reticent. We don't like you to have that in your hand at all. Now, putting it over the ears is no problem. No problem at all. You know what I want now is I want to bridle a little bit. That other one out there. Yeah? Good. I'm going to finish up here in just a minute, and we'll give you a few minutes to get in line before. But I've got something going on here that's incredibly dramatic. I had a goal to go this far, but I swear to you, I didn't think I had a Chinese chance of going this far. I don't know why the Chinese have any less chance than anybody else. Now I'm going to go without the bit here. See what he says with this bridle. It's still a problem, isn't it? It's not a problem to get the bit on, to get the headstall on, but it's a problem when you have the whole thing because he's had a negative experience. A little bit. Easy. Oh, yes. Oh, you're in love. Now you see how I'm transposing fear and trepidation for cuddles. Look at this.
Shaking.
Can you see this?
He's shaking, isn't he?
Look at you. Now it's over his ears, and he's actually offering me his ears. Come. Ouch. Hey, don't get me bucked off here. There's just one thing I want to do. One last little thing I want. And that's to go. Easy now. Here like this. Here like this. Here like this. Just come on. Doesn't like me swinging around. Here like this. Oh, yes, I know. It's a terrible thing. Okay, just give me the last meter of that line.
Maybe the owner could get more help from Jim. And,
Yeah.
Because she's not too far away and he's not too far away.
I want to put this, you want to take hold of him, Jim, so he doesn't walk Now, I just want to show you this line on here. I just put it on there like a brow band, like that. Now, if you practice this way, sitting on another horse, in 2 days, you'll be calling out the window and telling, go put your bridle on. He's loving it. Would you have believed it?
No.
What did you think when you came? What were your expectations when you came?
I didn't think you'd be able to touch his ears.
I didn't either. I did have more expectations than that, but not much, really. Just hold his head for a minute. Now I'm a human, and it's likely, oh yeah, that's good. I'm trying to make the transition here. Well, people ask me all the time, yeah, but will that just be for you, God? Will that just be for you, or will we do that for anybody? And almost every time I've ever answered that question, I've said, he'll do it for anybody. All you have to do is get your body in the right place, and you'll be fine. That's not the answer tonight. This horse has adopted me, and it's going to take a while before any other human being can do that, because his trust has been broken. And it's now been reestablished. Just one more little thing here. Linda will hold that door for a little while tonight. I just want to walk away from him. It's called quality time. And I want to see if he really wants to be with me. There's no way to train this. And I've never seen this horse before in my life. But the final answer is yes, he does want to be with me. And that's what you want from your horses. You don't want to make them do it. You want to cause them to want to do it. He reverts right there to his old self. And then he thinks about it. This is something. This is one for the books. Fine. I'm going to call him 9.6, 9.7. He literally wants me to rub his ears. This is amazing. I'm an old war horse. Big side, yeah. I'm an old war horse, and I've seen it all. There's a record breaker for me.
We save it for the members, you know.
I saved it for the members because I thought you would be more tolerant, being members of the whole audience, with me out here making about a 5% improvement in the horse. I sincerely felt that way.